What's up, and welcome to Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, episode 120. Woo!
Let's go!
We have some special guests in the house, so we're going to take our banner down so you can see all their lovely faces. And we will get into all that in just a moment. But first, your hosts that you're used to seeing here. Hello, I'm Carrie Lane.
And I'm Katie Cullen.
So
Happy Pride, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy Pride. We're going to be talking with our special guests about stuff coming up at Comic-Con. We'll be talking anime news. There's a lot coming up for Anime Expo, a special Black Butler event that happened, as well as we're going to talk about Demon Slayer, Delicious in Dungeon, and more. So stick around for all of that. But, and we are live, clearly live. We have a live chat going. If you're watching us live, join us with the live chat. If you're watching later, no worries, comment down below. So let's get to our special guest. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Bernie joined us last year to talk about his events. Yeah.
Well, we're back. We've got 3 new themes this year, and same location. We love Park Nightclub. Think it fits what we do quite wonderfully. And we're going to rock that out again with 3 totally new themes. So we're going to return with Ready Party 1, which is the kickoff party on preview night of Comic-Con on Wednesday night. And that one's going to be a fantasy theme, Legends of Fantasy. There's the graphic right there. Hey! Oh, that worked. That was great. Thursday night's going to be the Anti-Hero After Party. And then Friday night is going to be Partypocalypse, the Desolation Celebration. So totally different themes every night. Place is going to look entirely different. New photo ops, new acts and things, different music. Everything is going to be fitting into the theme that we're doing. Obviously with Legends of Fantasy, leaning heavily into like that 80s fantasy vibe. So, Labyrinth, Legend, Neverending Story, Crawl, all that kind of stuff. Anti-hero, very, Deadpool, The Boys, Harley Quinn, that kind of stuff. And Partypocalypse, I mean, what's hotter than post-apocalyptic right now? Whether you're hitting that from Fallout, The Last of Us, Borderlands, if you're a Wastelander, that's the place to be.
All right. And let me take that down.
Tell us a little bit about your VIP experience as well, because
Yes,
I can see that down at the bottom, and that looks fun.
So all 3 nights will be the Villain's Lair. That's going to be the VIP experience. It's a subterranean club within the club.
Barbie was from last year.
That's the location that Barbie was in. This year it's going to be the Villain's Lair. Super fun. And we're crafting all that stuff as we speak.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Real quick, we have people in the chat. We got Nolara, hello. And then I know people were talking earlier. We have Rab Adler pointing out we had the start time a little bit off, but we fixed that. So yay. And then we got Hex in the chat as well. So hello, everybody joining us live. Thank you for that quick breakdown. Haley, how are you involved? And also Ryan, we'll start with Haley. How are you involved with all this? And then we'll go to Ryan.
Yeah, I'm the co-creative director of XLE along with Ellie Repka, who is not here right now, but I'm representing the creative team. We design all these after parties. We love to create these incredible immersive experiences for one night only that take you into the world of the theme. We love to, we're fans. Like we love all this stuff as much as anyone who's going to them. So we love to deep dive into the details, find those little special moments, create these amazing photo ops, and really create and craft an experience that we would love attending an event. So that's what our goal is every year, to create something kind of next level, one up the year before it. We're really proud of what we've done, but we're really excited about where we're going. It's going to be a good year.
And Ryan?
My name is Ryan. I'm the director of innovation. I think we're still trying to figure out what my title is.
Ryan wears many hats.
Yeah, I wear many hats. I'm the manager and I'm the keyboardist of the band. And we started in 2013. I met Bernie very shortly after that, and he sort of pulled us into the Comic-Con world and threw us onto stage at Comikaze, at LA Comic-Con, which was Comikaze at the time.
So way
And,
back when.
Yeah, way back when. This is like 2014, and we sort of kept on playing the Kamikaze parties until it turned into LA Comic Con, and then met Haley and Ellie when we did Stan Lee's 95th birthday bash. We played it, and
Oh,
we were
cool.
the creative force behind it all. And then we'd all decided to sort of join forces, and we figured out what we're all good at individually. I mean, outside of like our specific talents, like what we could all contribute, and built XLE, and we launched Ready Party 1 in 2018, and we've been doing it ever since, minus COVID times and all that. But you know, it's back, and it's grown, and it's kind of our signature brand. And we play the Flux Capacitors. We play, you know, every year, and people come to see it, and it's been super fun, and we're looking forward to doing it forever.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, something that's you have touched upon it a little bit, but go a little bit more into it, Bernie. Of something that's really unique about your events is the interactivity with it. It's not just, you know, a poster on the wall or, you know, some light decoration.
My war cry is that a pop-up banner and a palette of uplighting is not a theme. But that's what, you know, hey, we're going to throw a Stranger Things party. We'll get a bunch of red uplights and there will be a banner.
Yeah.
And then you'll say the upside down or something.
Where is your Demogorgon?
Right? and you know, maybe they have a Demogorgon. We have one. Frank is his name.
Frank.
Sitting in storage. But for us, the thought process is like Haley said, we're all fans. I cosplay, Haley cosplays, Ryan plays on stage literally as a hoverboard. You know, and for us, it's about a person that puts 40 hours into one costume. What's going to impress them? Because if we get them, we got everybody on the way, right? But if you get them, the people that are at that level of detail and that level of passion and commitment, so that's what we're going for. And sure, there's you know, going to be a ton of you know, studio parties and things like that, and other launch events and so forth and so on. But what you will rarely ever find is something that's as in world and detailed as what we do, with all thought put to you know, what's the fan experience going to be.
And it's not just something to witness, it's something to experience.
Yeah, to live.
We want to create a journey for our guests, and provide things that aren't just a typical nightlife experience, because that's not really what Comic-Con goers are looking for necessarily. They want to experience a little bit of that. Maybe this is just their once a year time where they're going to go to a nightclub and have this rager night, but they also may want something more or something different. And so we like to give options, just like Comic-Con. Like, you could have a million different ways of experiencing Comic-Con. We feel like our party is kind of a microcosm of that. Like, you could have a totally different experience than someone else. So we usually like to include some kind of activity, like a scavenger hunt where you get a prize at the end. We like to have airbrush tattoos that we offer for free to anyone. There's lots of different little things hidden throughout. So just kind of explore and go on an adventure, and you'll find more than just a nightclub experience, because that's not really what any of us want. We want something more.
Yeah, and you don't need a badge. You don't need a con badge to attend our events, which is really important. And some people don't even make it to the convention, and they tell us, which has been a great honor, they tell us, you know, we just come to go to your events. And like Haley said, it is very much a microcosm of the convention scene. And you can really go to our parties and feel like you've been walking the con. Like it's super fun, and you'll see the people you know. You'll see celebrities you know. You'll hear the music you love. You'll live out your fandoms, and it's really awesome.
Ooh,
people love
a
it.
good tagline. Live out your fandom.
I know. I'm going to use it.
Okay, writing it
Ryan
down.
innovating as he speaks.
Yeah, little trademark symbol next to it.
Now, whoever wants to chime in first, because that'll be the visceral reaction of, there is so much involved with your locations. Katie and I attended last year. Every night we stopped by. It was amazing. We loved it. They're so detailed. What is that process like of turnover for the next night for it to be a completely different thing?
We don't sleep, so that helps.
I knew someone would jump in right away.
Enough Red Bull and
we have a
Monster to get us
really-
through. Let's go.
I was trying to
we have a
figure out
really
which direction to
amazing
point
team.
to get to Haley.
Yeah, they're backwards.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. So we have a really great team of people. A mix of film industry professionals and volunteers who are just hanging out for a party ticket, but they like put some muscle in, and we're able to turn over the nightclub but we start early. So there's a crew that comes in at like 6 a.m. We have to take everything down from the night before and then turn it over. But we like to reuse pieces in unexpected ways so that we don't have to bring like 3 giant truckloads of things down. So we specifically plan out our repertoire, if you will, with themes that we feel like can play off each other in unexpected ways. So this year we're doing fantasy and post-apocalyptic, which don't really have much in common, but maybe they do, because we both have overgrown green worlds in these 2 spaces. So we're going to do a little bit of a greener apocalypse than the Wasteland, for sure. So we'll definitely be reusing things, and if you look closely and carefully, you might see how we do that. Flip things around, turn things upside down. We reuse base structures and just cover them in something different. And lighting goes a long way. The things we hang, we love to hang things from the ceiling over the main nightclub space. And that's always fun because there's a forklift that takes us up, and we have to take one thing down and hang something else, and then the lighting hits it. It's just
All the Bowser's Castle stuff last year was so cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. We did giant chains, and it was awesome.
Last year you had fixtures for aerialists on the final night, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So every night we like to
pretty awesome.
switch out with different kind of dance talent with different apparatuses and different types. So yeah.
I can't like the first time we tried doing a multi party event was 2019. The first one we ever did was Ready Party 1. It wasn't that hard because we only did one night, The next year, the idea was let's come back.
You did one night that year. I did a second one.
Oh, that's true. That's true. So the next year we decide we're going to do Ready Party 1 again, Wednesday night. And then we're going to do this one for Stranger Things 3 called The Upside Down. And then the next night we're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy, Awesome Mixer. Yeah. And so that was really our first shot at doing this sort of quick turnaround and turnover and whatever it is. And I just can't show enough respect to Haley and Ellie and our fabrication team and our props people, because they really changed the entire club like in a matter of hours. And it's
unrecognizable.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I will also shout out Ryan, because he does a really important thing, and that's creating all of our video content. And the which has actually blossomed into something really incredible in the last year and a half or so. Ryan has an extensive background in using 3D and creating virtual worlds, and so we really leaned into that and kind of pushed the limits of his creativity this year, and it was incredible to see. So I can't wait for you all to see what that brings to it, just having projections and immersive movement that's beyond the decor. It just really expands the space and brings.
Thank you, Haley. Yeah, we've really leaned into like a multimedia kind of experience, I guess you could say, where we have digital mixed with physical, and it comes together. It's like Imagineering, and we have a blast doing it, and we just love sort of wrapping people up in this holodeck world that we create, and it's great.
Kind of a fun comment from the chat of with the apocalypse. So work is crap enough. The apocalypse is a fantasy escape.
Well, there you go.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's been the case for a hot minute. How long have zombie movies been around?
Yeah.
Right.
Long
I mean,
time.
I think Wasteland is having its like 20th year.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Now,
And
do-
Fallout
Correct me if
games
I'm wrong,
started. And Fallout games started as point-and-click adventures before they got onto 3D consoles. So
Mhm.
they've been around for a hot minute too. The
Yeah.
apocalypse has been a setting that people explore for a good long while.
Oh yeah.
Escapism.
Yeah.
Now you're still getting everything ready, but do you have a favorite piece, item, what have you, that people
Something
should be on
that
the
party
lookout
goers
for?
should look out for? Yeah, exactly.
Well, I may or may not have a unicorn in my backyard right now. So
Oh, okay.
As
Better
one
your
does.
backyard than
may or may
mine.
not.
Like Lisa Frank unicorn or like traditional medieval unicorn? What flavor of unicorn are we looking at here?
Good
Maybe a
Or
little-
Shazam
question.
unicorn? Yeah.
A little bit of less unicorn vibes.
Some more
Nice.
traditional fantasy. All right.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then
Yeah, I mean,
what
we're definitely taking everybody back to like, this is like retro fantasy. So
all right.
80s, pretty much the 80s stuff.
Pretty
you know,
much the 80s.
Princess Bride and
Fair
stuff like
enough.
that.
Tell me there's going to be an R-Tax photo op.
That's
Dude.
down in the villain
Is that
basement.
what you want,
In the
Bernie?
quicksand.
Dude, all it is just a
Please write in
muddy
the
like
chat if that's
surface.
something you want.
It's just a muddy surface with like half a horse head sticking out of it.
No. Oh,
and the
you're-
reins that the people can like
reins,
hold
yeah.
on
And you
to.
stand and you kneel down and you take the photo.
Yeah, and everyone's just crying. Dude.
we should have
Gonna make
tissues
everyone
ready
cry.
and a makeup
Yeah.
stand so people
I-
can readjust.
That's actually
There's
great.
our interaction.
That's
More I think
freaking
about it,
brilliant.
more this is like the goats. This is
That's
like the
it.
goats
That's it.
years ago, where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is just a silly line, and then I'm like, actually, no, we should do this.
I feel like you could put that in an alcove somewhere or like down in the villain area.
We'll have to call up Glickman's mom again. We'll get one.
I
Oh
know.
my god.
We did have goats. I don't know if any of you guys were there, but we did have goats
Oh wow.
at our
Because
party.
we did a Thor Love and Thunder party. and
Yeah.
there was
Oh,
So we
yeah.
had goats,
Right.
actual goats.
Amazing. Amazing.
Our friend Amanda and I were just having a conversation. She's like, well, there's goats in the movie. You should have goats. And I'm like, that's the dumbest idea ever. Actually, wait a minute. And then I text the venue. I'm like, can we have goats? Yeah, sure. Owner doesn't care. I'm like, guys, we got to find goats.
That's awesome. Well,
So was
I-
there
We did
any
it in a way that
venue-
was very humane. We had them really far from the live
Yes.
music,
Yeah.
and they had some amazing handlers. Whenever they got overwhelmed, we shut it down, and it was really well handled. But
No.
I think people
Good,
had a blast with that.
Are there any themes that you've wanted to do that haven't materialized yet? Anything that's on the docket? Anything that's too complicated yet, or you don't have the full ideas fleshed out? Like, what's on the wish list for the future?
So we can only, I mean, 3 is definitely the max.
Yeah.
And so every year we have like a big board of what do we want to do. So it's funny because we've had fantasy on the board every year, and this is the year we're getting to it. We keep hunting anime, and we've got to get to that.
Next year.
Yeah. I mean, we have a ton of anime props and stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, if we do an all-out anime, you know, thing, it's going to be great. We also wanted to do a gala event. I'll keep the name tucked, but like a real high-end kind of a gala event related to some particular properties. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Well, I do feel we could keep talking about this for even longer because it sounds amazing. I'm going to put our image back up so we can all lean to the side.
Please leave in the chat what your dream party is, because we always want to know.
Yeah, no, what do you guys want to see? Let us know. I'm watching the chat right now.
Leave comments, and then you guys will have to refresh later. So again, here's the dates. Here's the what the themes are, and then go to partyhqcomiccon.com for your tickets. Yay!
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining us and talking about it. It sounds amazing as always, and looking forward to it because it's always like, ooh, what'd they put up this time?
Oh yeah, they're a good time.
Thank you.
Well, can't wait to see you there, and thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I'll show you some tickets. And maybe if you want to give away some tickets or something like that, we can do that.
Ooh,
We would
yes,
love to give away tickets.
That
Yeah,
would
we
be
can do that.
super fun.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody in the chat too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Till next
All right.
time. Thanks for
See
joining
you
us.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you much.
All
They're
right.
lovely. They're so much fun. And those parties were a blast last year. They
Oh my
really
gosh,
were.
yes. And it's so nice because it could really, side note for anybody planning, because I know that's something I think about, your fashion level could be anything from more casual to super dressed up, and which is also what's amazing with Comic-Con, because then you could be, don't worry, but if you want to theme out, even better, because
Mhm.
that's just what's also so fun about it too.
Yes.
And yay! Thanks for
I'm gonna say we
everybody.
got any final comments in the chat for because I want to know what chat stream
I
parties
like-
are themed after as well.
Rab said, "Go party Voltron Force."
Oh my god! Just giant robot party.
Yeah,
You have Gundam, you have Voltron, you have Evangelion, you have just go nuts. Just go nuts. Giant
love
robot
it.
party. I'm here for it.
And
Pacific
if you're watching,
Rim.
oh,
Ooh.
if you have ideas later too, leave those as comments because, of course, they can check those out later. All right, we still have a lot to get into, so everybody stick around for all that stuff because we got our anime news, Demon Slayer, as well as Delicious in Dungeon, and more. So stick around and stay tuned. So that
Yes,
kind of messed
stick
it.
tuned.
Yes,
Stick tuned. I love it. I love it.
new words we
We
invented
are-
these on the show.
We are-
Monday energy. Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Ah. So let's
Oh yes.
holy cow.
Real quick, Bernie said there's 5 in our main team, and I've definitely called us a Voltron of Comic-Con parties. Love that, Rab. Yes.
Okay, so who's the Black Lion then? Who's the head?
There
As
you
someone who did do Voltron, who did the whole Voltron after show for Legendary Defender, I need to know who the Black Lion is.
go. And then Rab
Oh yeah,
says Escaflowne for
Escaflowne.
yep,
As part of the
steampunk
giant.
Zoids.
Oh, that'd be fun. Zoids, remember Zoids? Zoids would be very fun.
I'm like looking over the chat and waiting. I think.
I'm gonna say,
all
to
right.
be fair, except for Pacific Rim, this has mostly been the anime party, just giant Transformers. It's right there.
Here we go.
It's right
Bernie
there.
goes, we are all equal, but if we're doing personalities, I'm Keith.
Bless.
All right.
I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Bernie.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes.
Ryan is is it Pidge?
It's Pidge.
All right.
Yes.
Gigadare says, I just ordered Zoids. Also, hi.
Where did you
Yay.
find Zoid? Like the action figures or like a DVD release?
Oh, that's a good
Because your girl loves physical media, and a DVD release of a mid 2000s anime is not nothing in today's day and age.
question. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. We should get into news.
News is
First
good.
thing.
First thing, like I was saying, happy Pride Month. Starting off with Tokyo Pop announces Pride Month manga promotion. Publisher Tokyo Pop highlights its Love Love manga imprint during Pride Month 2024 with a special manga promotion. For the month of June, all print orders over $25 USD ordered via the tokyopop.com website are 30% off across all titles and include free
Ooh.
shipping. Additionally, but wait, there's more. All orders placed during the promotion will include a special full color 5x7 inches, not feet, Love Love rainbow themed postcard featuring the imprint's logo and the proclamation, "Be the you that you've always been." Proudly. We're going to put this on our Twitter because this postcard is adorable and I want one.
Oh, yes.
I
And
love this.
speaking of that, this is our Twitter,
Yes.
NTATNB. Go follow us
Yes.
there because we'll post pictures of the different stuff we're talking about. And actually, Tokyo Pop did these last year at Anime Expo, and you can get pins. So I have I'll do the cheesy thing. It says, I love manga. And then there were plenty of other ones too. And then I got, so wait, there we go. It says, I love romance. And I'm like, those were so cute.
Yeah, and they were pressing them right there at the booth.
So you
and
got to
I
pick ones
got
you wanted.
I got a
Mhm.
couple pride flags, as you do. So yeah, highly recommend. So if you are looking for some manga in your life, and the Love Love imprint has so much romance, whole lot of BL titles, so
Mhm.
you are set regardless of your genre preference. Head to tokyopop.com. All orders over $25 US during the month of June are 30% off across all titles and free shipping and the Love Love postcard. So treat yourselves, you guys. Happy
Woo.
Pride.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
Again, we're posting this postcard. It's real cute. It's just really cute.
Yes. All right. Looking over, we have another screening announcement that will be at Anime Expo. This is from High Dive. Fantasy comedy series Dungeon People offers a world of adventure this summer on High Dive. North American premiere screening at Anime Expo on July 6th. So this will be on Saturday, July 6th, the premiere screening at 5:45 to 6:35 Pacific on 403A-B. And again, always double check schedule. Follow High Dive, and anybody who does their panels to double check if there's any announcements on changes. But generally speaking, that's what it could be. And it says a truly labyrinthian adventure awaits fans this summer with today's announcement. So this announcement of a new fantasy comedy series, Dungeon People, will stream exclusively on High Dive starting in July. So it's based on a manga, and it joins the slate of the summer 2024 titles that will simulcast on AMC's network's High Dive. So their streaming service. So woohoo!
Yeah.
And exciting that you can watch the first episode on July 6th at Anime Expo.
It is always fun to do premieres at AX.
Oh, so
like
fun.
the
That
energy in the room every time. Every time. All right.
All right.
Yes. Following up, we have a pair of announcements from G-Kids. I believe it's a pair of announcements from G-Kids.
Yes.
Starting with G-Kids acquires theatrical and home entertainment rights to Dan Da Dan, the highly anticipated new series from Studio Science Saru based on the popular Shonen Jump manga. So, this I'm looking for our. There we go. No, I'm losing my mind. I'm trying to find the summary. I have found the summary. Conceived as a love letter to genre film, B-movies, and retro sci-fi works, Dan Da Dan follows the story of a high school girl named Momo, who is from a family of spirit mediums, and Okarun, a high school boy who is an occult freak. As the two compete to disprove the existence of the other's passion, they get caught up in an encounter of both the spiritual and paranormal, imbuing both teenagers with powers beyond belief. I'm here for this, you guys. This sounds absolutely hilarious. So this sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. We don't have a premiere date yet. G-Kids will announce further details in the coming months, but we do know we're getting an adaptation. We do know that it's coming from Science Saru, who did Inuo, Devilman Crybaby, and Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. So they've got an animation pedigree. Their stuff looks amazing and is very highly stylized. So yes, keep an eye out for Dan Da Dan. Keep an eye out for G-Kids social media. Follow them for more announcements. It looks fun. It really does look fun.
And speaking of more exciting announcements, we got G-Kids acquires Arcane. So they have the global video and transactional rights to Arcane. So the first season of the Emmy Award-winning series from Riot Games will be released on Videogram and home entertainment platforms worldwide this year. And see if there's specifically dates. Oh, nice. G-Kids' partnership with Riot Games on this modern classic marks a further expansion in the company's focus on celebrating the best of animated series alongside feature films. Because, normally when we've covered their news announcements, it has been more for film. So it's exciting that there'll be with a series. I don't see a date just yet.
Yeah.
But follow G-Kids online for more information. You can get information at gkids.com. That's G, the word kids, Kids.
And this has me hoping, when it says coming to home entertainment systems, I'm sincerely hoping for a physical release. Because Arcane originally dropped, if I'm remembering this correctly, on Netflix.
So I'm like,
Netflix does not usually do physical releases for properties that they premiere. So I love hearing that G-Kids has this license. I would love to see a physical release. Again, in this household, we believe in physical media. So
yes,
here is hoping.
And real quick, just throwing it back to the chat, Gigaderic said Monster Hunter and Zoid Rathalos kit.
Makes sense.
And Rab said tie-in stuff neat. And sounds
Yes.
like the stuff you'd expect in some town is Tenchi Muyo.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Next
We
news.
have news from Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco Filmworks unveils newest promotional video for Wistoria, Wand and Sword. The Japanese official broadcast date and artist announced along with surprise Crunchyroll panel at Anime Expo. So we are going to have a good time with this. Bandai Namco Filmworks Incorporated has released a new promotional video for long-awaited anime adaptation of Wistoria, Wand and Sword. Created by Fujino Omori, author of the light novel Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, which I believe is on its second or third season of its adaptation this coming season. Wisteria, Wand and Sword follows the story of Will, a young boy who enrolls in a magic academy with the aim of becoming a full-fledged mage. Driven by a childhood promise to become Magia Vende, Will, despite his best efforts, is unable to use magic at all in a world where it reigns supreme. Wistoria, Wand and Sword will make its debut on Sunday, July 7th, with worldwide distribution scheduled to be released at a later date. So, keep an eye out for that panel. The panel is that time there was a lot of isekai anime on Crunchyroll. Thursday, July 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific at the JW Marriott on the Crunchyroll stage. So again, keep in mind that that is the one that's not in the convention center. You do need to walk to the JW Marriott. So build in time to go to that. If you want more information, wistoria-anime.com, and Twitter is wistoria_en and wistoria_PR. So check those out. Keep an eye out for further announcements and head to that Crunchyroll panel during AX.
I had to look it up because I'm like, wait, no, because I think we had news on it. So, Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon is coming out with season 5.
Oh, I was way off.
Yes. I was like, wait, no, I think there's a little bit more.
You can tell what I do and do not watch by how up I am on things. Like, how many seasons does that have? I'm not sure. Is there an Overlord movie? There's an Overlord movie and we don't have a date yet. Like the things I keep my eyes out for, you know?
Well, keep your eyes out for another panel here.
Yeah.
Woo! Transition. So Avex Pictures announces a joint panel at Anime Expo for their 10th anniversary. So this is going to be a commemorative panel celebrating the works of Avex Pictures, Bones, and Naoko Yamada. So that's super exciting because we've gone to the Bones panel before, and that's like awesome. Okay, so this is going to be on July 5th at 7:30 p.m. in room 408AB. And so that's exciting because this is Anime Expo has released their schedule, so you can kind of get a sense of what's happening, jot down your list, have a plan A, B, and C of panels you want to go to. Really recommend that.
And make sure that you leave plenty of time to hike between panels because they are further apart than you think. Yeah. Especially the ones in the JW Marriott. But even within the convention center, they are further apart than you think. And traffic is a thing.
So this panel is called Coming Up Anime Panel by Avex Pictures 10th Anniversary. So that's always helpful sometimes when you're like, wait, what's it actually called? Yeah. So there is that information. And you can find, that's a different one. Just kidding. I was just seeing if there's any other handles in particular. But yeah, Avex, so that's AVEX Pictures, Bones, and Naoko Yamada. All right, another panel to jot down.
I was going to say, continuing on with panels. You know how occasionally Crunchyroll sends it's a release that's a behemoth, and we're like, all right, your next 5 minutes are going to be Crunchyroll. Let's go. That is where we are today. Crunchyroll announces massive Anime Expo lineup, new film and series acquisitions set to appear. So get out your notebooks or your notepad app on your phone. Like, we've got a lot in this one, friends. Crunchyroll is announcing a massive Anime Expo lineup alongside new film and series acquisitions also set to appear at the show. Over 20 panels and premieres, Bocchi the Rock Recap Part 1 and Part 2, future North American theatrical release and special panel at Anime Expo, Ari Ferretta Season 3, MF Ghost Season 2, Witch Hat Atelier, and more are set to stream on Crunchyroll in the future with exciting events at Anime Expo. And celebrity guests include Grammy Award-winning rapper Logic and viral NFL athlete Jamal Williams discussing fandom at Anime Expo. So we have so much going down, friends. Let's do that. Let's get you the highlights. We are doing, yes, all sorts of fun stuff. So 2024 anime award-winning slice of life music series Bocchi the Rock is coming to North American theaters as a 2-part recap film. Dates to be announced, so keep an eye out for that. The film acquired by Crunchyroll and to be distributed by Crunchyroll and Sony Pictures Entertainment, follows Hitori Bocchi Goto, a lonely high school girl who does nothing except strum a guitar by herself at home. However, she happens to meet Nijika Ijichi, who is looking for a guitarist for her group. In anticipation of theatrical release, a special Bocchi the Rock panel at Anime Expo featuring director Keiichi Saito and voice actor Yoshino Aoyama will bring fans behind the scenes. So if you're like me and that's something you've had your eye on for a while but haven't had a chance to watch it yet, head to the AX panel and then keep an eye out for those 2 recap films. Anime Expo attendees can trade their typical 4th of July barbecue for a 1-day celebration of the best in anime when the Crunchyroll stage at JW Marriott returns. The minds behind Trigun Stampede will give a look at the thrilling first season and a sneak peek of what's in store for the future. We have Witch Hat Atelier as well. We'll also be looking at Senpai is an Atokonoko, To Be Hero X, and more. And that is also where the Crunchyroll X Logic panel will be, as well as the Revenge of the Blurs Black Love of Anime panel, which brings NFL superstar and viral anime fan Jamal Williams to Anime Expo. We're going to have the 90-minute premiere of ReZero Season 3. Eager fans can catch a sneak peek at Overlord, the Sacred Kingdom, before it arrives in theaters. Plus, fans can come aboard for the English dub premiere of the One Piece Egghead Island arc. Rounding up the premieres for summer and fall seasons are Ari Ferretta Season 3, After School Hanako-kun, MF Ghost Season 2, Tower of God Season 2, Quality Assurance in Another World, and more. We'll also have a Black Butler panel. The call is going out to would-be hunters and solo leveling fans, as Taito Ban and Alex Lee, the Japanese and English voices of Sung Jin Woo, will discuss the global hit with A1 Pictures producer Atsushi Kaneko. And then on the floor, we have booth 2526 will activate with scenes and sounds from hit anime. If you can't find it, look for this 60-foot screen. There's even more, you guys. There's so much more. But as always,
you go where to see more?
Oh my God. Follow Crunchyroll socials. Follow Anime Expo's socials. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc. for more updates, because holy cow, you guys. Crunchyroll always shows up at AX and always puts on one hell of a show. And if that's the tip of the iceberg there, this year is going to be no exception.
All right. And I was going to say, speaking then of exceptional, got to go to Crunchyroll hosted a Black Butler event. There we go. I was like getting the images ready because I did want to share it. So there was a Black Butler public school arc high tea pop-up in West Hollywood. These are the official images. Let me see if I can. There we go. Are we seeing? No. There it is.
Try it again. Nope.
Yay.
Yes. Yay.
Okay. So this is the, let me make it bigger. So this is Stella Chu with some of the maids and not maids, excuse me. Stella Chu with our butlers. And then we have Sebastian, our great standee who was there greeting people when they arrived. I'm trying to make the image bigger. There we go. That shows up bigger. A little bit.
Yeah, let's say just roll through them.
Yes. And here we go. So this is the voice of Sebastian, Michael Tatum. And he was there and we did interviews. So stay tuned for that. They had a lovely hors d'oeuvre spread. Very good food. And then this is also then Brina Palencia, the voice of CL Phantom Hive. And so that was so great. This is a little speakeasy room that was at the venue. So super cool. These are some cosplayers with a beautiful backdrop they had. And here we go. Here are our handsome butlers. It was so fun. And let me get this back to, oh, nope. There we go. Changing with media today. My goodness.
Yeah.
Some of the things that were pretty cool is some other highlights. So there were about 300 people who attended this event, which is pretty awesome. Fans, influencers, and members of the press. And it was a gorgeous venue. It's the Arden. It's in West Hollywood. It's across from Hamburger Mary's if you are in the LA area. And just the pairing of the show, and so the Public School Arc, I have been watching some of that, and then we had a preview a while ago. I talked briefly about it, so I've been continuing watching. You could jump in and not really know anything about Black Butler with this season. It's okay because it's a bit more about like what's happening right now, and maybe go watch like part of the first and second episode of the first series in case you're like, so how did these two characters meet each other? But other than that, it's still very enjoyable. It's kind of like a little bit of a mystery. There's a lot of comedy, and the comedy is different than the first season. This is more comedy funny rather than a little bit of the bumbling idiots, let's laugh at them, which is what some of the first season has, which, to be honest, I don't love it. But that's okay. I'm going to keep checking it out. But yeah, the Public School Arc is also gorgeous. So stay tuned for that interview. That should be here on the Fanversation channel very soon. And also on my social, I posted a video, kind of quick montage of it, and then I'll be posting that on the Fanversation show socials. So yes, thank you so much, Crunchyroll. Absolutely love the event. It was so fun to dress up for it too, and everybody was just delightful, and it's kind of like, oh, I love it when the theme of, you know, the location and everything really blends well with the anime. So this was a very good one. Oh, I did see this on announced, and we didn't really have it as a press release thing because it was just big announcements, but Charles Darcy excited for Spy Family season 3. Woo!
Yep, saw that drop on Crunchyroll's Instagram. Very excited.
Yeah,
I mean, not surprised.
Yes,
but
we knew
excited.
It was coming eventually, but
yeah,
it was like nice to get that confirmation.
Yeah, Spy Family's doing gangbusters, so it's really not a surprise that we're getting more of it.
Yes. Okay, there we go. I had to. All right, we've had a lot already today, and a lot
this
Monday.
Is normally when we end the show.
Yes. All right, so everybody, thank you for sticking around. So now let's get into both our shots. Yeah, both shots this time. What flavor do we want today?
Oh, let's go for the cannibalism fake out. Let's talk about Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes, that Who's Hungry? And
amazing. Oh, Donner partied this. Really close. Just Donner partying.
Yep.
And if anyone in chat is going, what's the Donner Party? Don't Google it. There is an episode of Puppet History that covers it. Watch the Puppet History episode on YouTube.
Oh, man.
I'm not actually kidding. If you don't know what I'm talking about.
I believe you. It's more just one, if people don't know what it is, and then Googling it. Oh, no.
No.
Super quick disclaimer.
I would not trust
episodes, so no spoilers of the manga, please, for both the shows. So, yes.
Although after the... I would not trust Google's generative AI summaries to summarize the Donner Party.
No.
I don't want to know what they'd say. I've already seen what they have to say about things like spaghetti sauce and the correct temperature at which to cook chicken, which are all incorrect, by the way. So...
Donner Party and the all-you-can-eat buffet. Yes.
Put up Tangent Corner, because it's whenever the Donner Party comes up, the thing I remember always and forever is I don't know if any of you guys watched Pepper Ann growing up.
Yeah,
it was on like on ABC One.
That was a good one.
Yeah, very good times. But she had the one kind of like fun friend and the one like smart person friend, and I will just forever remember one episode where they're talking about helping her out with something. And her friend saying she needs help like the Donner Party needed a map and a hot pizza. And like, that has stuck with me for 20 years.
Wow.
So yeah, this, sometimes they just There's a really good Pinky and the Brain joke about the Donner Party and their Christmas episode. It's one of those things where in the 90s they would sneak a whole lot of stuff into kids' cartoons.
I just
They still
remember
kind of do,
more-
depending on the cartoon.
Yes, there we go. Very
Yeah.
fun. Yes, it was a very
Oh,
fun
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I remember more like a Thanksgiving episode, and she had to eat at multiple people's houses to be a good guest.
Pepper F is
Charles
very
Darcy
fun.
goes, the Donner Pass incident.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Ooh, I like that the skull. Yeah, those are the
Yeah,
skulls
little
look
skull
cute on
emoji.
there.
But yeah.
Yes. I play Oregon Trail.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, if you
All right.
have not seen the Puppet History episode on the Donner Party, it's on YouTube and we love it. Oh yeah, no. Animaniacs and Freakazoid were exercises in getting things past the radar. And I do think
Yeah.
Freakazoid was about 10 years too early for its time. Like that
Yeah.
kind of humor didn't really hit for a while afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Talk about hitting the
Animation, man.
spot. So did you think it was cannibalism?
I was fully prepared for it to be cannibalism.
Me too.
I
was like,
just
you know
every once in a
what?
while I say something on the show and I know that my walls are thin and I have to wonder what my neighbor thinks. Every once in a while I just kind of go, okay, they got to know by now,
Woo!
right?
Yeah. They're like, what are you up to? Yeah.
What do they do? Well, it's every Monday night at the same time. They got to figure out something's happening.
Probably.
Anyway, yeah, no, I was fully prepared for this plot point to be cannibalism. I was sitting here like, sure, we're gonna find out if Sentiate is part. Like the second he came back in, like, yeah, the Griffin killed our last guy, but I killed it, and I'm sitting here going, sure, you did.
Same. I'm a. This seems a little
Hmm.
too weirdly convenient.
Sounds fake, but okay.
Yeah.
And then it turns out, no, that was the case, evidently. So
Mhm.
it is very much a relief to have that, especially since we don't really get these deep character moments with Senshi.
Mhm.
But then watching these flashbacks, for one, the kids must be fed. We have to take care of the youngins. Being a trauma response
Yep.
is certainly something. And
Yeah.
for another, the horse's name was Anne. Anne is what he named the Kelpie. Yeah, caught that on my second watch. I was like, hang on. You are a sentimental man.
As
And
long
then
as
just
it doesn't use language, it's not cannibalism.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, this was definitely if it hadn't been a fake out, like again, I was fully prepared to buy that this
I thought
was
it
an
would've been.
instance of cannibalism for survival. Again,
yeah.
when you learn about the Donner Party in 4th grade, it changes
Yeah.
your worldview on some things. But yeah, that
And we saw the super gaunt Senshi too, and just what he went through and everything. And of course, Laos to the monster rescue of wait a minute, and using that knowledge.
Lio's
Which-
not so much putting 2 and 2 together and getting 4 as he is
Yeah.
doing fucking calculus up in
Yeah.
here.
He's like, hold on, we're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
Which of speaking of figuring things out, what do you think of the species switch?
Oh my god.
That was so funny.
It's such a fun trope to play with. It
Yeah.
truly is. I'll be interested to see how this resolves because this is our penultimate episode of the season. So I
Mhm.
have no idea how we're going to resolve this, but I did see that it was marked as Dumplings Part 1. So
Mhm,
who
mhm.
knows? But yeah, I will be interested to see where that goes. And I do love it's fine. Oh, it's not fine. Oh, it stopped being fine. And I did see
so-
someone on Tumblr point out that Laios's armor doesn't quite fit Chilchuck right because Chilchuck is tall for a half foot, which means he's also tall for a tall man.
Good point.
And I'm like, that's a fun detail. I like that.
Also, would this reconfirm our thought that Marcella is half elf because she is not sparkly pretty the way Senshi is like roses and sparkles gorgeous.
To be fair, we met the Canaries a few episodes ago, and they are not sparkly pretty either. I think Elf Senshi is just kind of a running gag. He
could
seems
be.
to also have been personality swapped with this,
Yes.
which didn't happen to anyone else.
No.
So this is That
Unless
for
he's
me
like,
is
I feel pretty. Oh, so
Yeah.
pretty.
that for me is gag manga territory.
Okay.
Like I am not taking Elf Senshi seriously in any capacity because he's also the only one not acting like himself.
Now, unless it's a spoiler, do we have confirmation if she's half or full? Because I thought there was something with
I
her
mean,
mom or something before.
she runs
but-
at a different pace than everyone, and if you look in the pictures, like her dad looks human.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
So,
thought. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
well, here we go.
That was the-
Charles says the Delicious in Dungeon finale is this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh.
finale for this season, but not finale for the
Yes.
story. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping that Thursday we'll also get an announcement for a season 2 because
Yeah.
you'd
I
have to
think
be
so.
kind of crazy not to like this did. I would assume that this has done numbers just from the
Yeah.
discussion that I've seen around it. Like
Mhm.
I would be very surprised if we didn't get another season from Studio Trigger.
Yeah, the back to the swapping. It was so fun to have them experience what it's like being somebody else because my
Mhm.
goodness, I feel like most people's lives would definitely get better if you could just literally feel what it feels like to be them.
This is me
And-
going, everyone needs to work a customer service job for at least a year.
Yeah.
Just everyone. Just so you know.
And how there were benefits, but then there's still the different drawbacks. So then we use it comedically and then character building and generally for
Yeah.
our benefit as the viewers of entertaining because
Yeah.
they were very fun to look at of the changes.
Well, and they're also we got through the door. That was the door
Yes.
that everyone was looking
They
for,
did.
and the door that their party had been sent to find.
Mm-hmm.
We find out that it's got ancient dwarven, essentially, artifacts on the other side, that this was a dwarven stronghold. We get a little bit more into the big war, and I'm just kind of sitting here going, so this dungeon hit the surface 6 years ago. That's when it became connected to the town and publicized.
Yeah.
It was at the surface before then because Senshi was able to get out.
Yes.
It was a dungeon before then, presumably. At what point did the elves and the dwarves have a war over it? To the point where Laios didn't know about it. How long ago is this war? Where I'm trying to figure out the timeline, and I'm sure the timeline is fine, and I'm just not. It's not sinking in for me. So if anyone who's read the manga can like tell me how long ago that war was, if it's not a plot spoiler, that'd be great. Because I can't get that parsed with everything else. It just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
they're
yeah,
like,
so
Mhm.
I'm fully expecting a cliffhanger. I'm fully expecting things to
yeah.
hit the fan.
Yeah.
I am not sure if our cliffhanger is going to be the Winged Lion or if it's going to be Thistle or if Yod even survived.
Mhm.
My guess is that's a coin flip on whether Yod is still alive, truly.
Mhm.
So who knows? And also, I'm wondering if Keisuke also got changed when they walked through the mushrooms. Because that's the first time he's done something like that. And my first instinct was he's something different now, like they all are.
He was more proactive and
More
moved
proactive,
and
but
bigger.
also much bigger.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
So
Huge. And also unlocked the thing for them. And so we talked about living armor being a colony of mollusks, and like that's what they are. We've seen the little googly eyes.
yeah.
And so I'm sitting here going, is he more of an octopus at this point then? Is that what we're looking at? Because octopi are scary smart.
Mhm.
Octopi are very, very difficult to keep in aquariums because they have been known to unlock their tanks, go for midnight strolls, and eat the other fish.
Mhm.
Like, they are incredibly intelligent creatures. So
And very versatile bodies to get through weird shapes and sizes of places.
the only hard thing in their body is the beak at the bottom. So
Yeah.
it's not a very big thing that you have to fit through crevices and holes and like it's like if a cat can fit its head into somewhere, the whole body can go through. Similar
they're
idea
like-
with far, far fewer bones.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm kind of like toying with the idea of Keisuke as an octopus now, or some sort of octopodal monster.
I hadn't thought
Which,
of that, but I like that thinking.
That's just me throwing things at the wall. I don't know if this is how it works, but Keisuke is a living creature that passed through the changeling mushrooms like all
If
the rest of
everybody
them
else
did.
changed, yep, exactly.
So it would not surprise me if that's what happened. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
We kind of burned through this. We didn't really talk about Senshi much aside from the aside
we
from
did of
the
the
Donner Party
it,
jokes.
and no, I felt we did.
Yeah.
Like, was there something else we didn't get to about him?
It just the fact that he was kind of like he was the kid, he was the one that had to be taken care of. He was kind of
Yes.
I hesitate to call him like a useless hanger on, but
No, he
I'm sure
was-
that's how some of his parties saw him.
Yes.
And the other thing I really want to point out, because this hit me and then hit me again the second time I was watching it, and this is a lot of how the mangaka designs characters and draws bodies, that when we saw Senshi looking starved, it was the same like extremely muscle as that dehydrated muscular, like it's like, okay, he still looks pretty, and then I went, oh, he's dying.
his
So
face, he had the like,
yeah,
yep.
just the emphasis on this is what like Hollywood hot for a man looks like, and it's zero body fat and it's dehydrated to show muscles. I'm like, I appreciate that that's what he looked like when he was literally starving to death. Like that is a great point to make, just made with character design. Like, excellent. Excellent. This is not how a healthy dwarf looks. This is not how a healthy human looks either.
Yeah.
So yeah, them's the
Yeet.
thoughts.
Good thoughts. Let us know your thoughts on the episode down below. I feel like, yeah, we have a lot. We covered a lot, but there's also more and a lot to cover for Demon Slayer. Oh my gosh,
God.
this episode was so funny. It made me so happy.
This, I have been seeing some scuttlebutt around the internet, just people talking,
Okay.
you know, opinions back and forth, saying that the first few episodes of this season were really dragging, that because they'd extended things, that it was taking forever. And for me, that's all the bits where they like added extra set pieces or added extra character development or gave us more time with people that we already knew and cared about. And then we got this one, which knocked out 3.5 Hashira to go. And I
It's
went,
like, boom, boom,
if
boom.
this was how the whole thing was going to be paced to begin with, I like the other episodes more. I
Yes.
thought we were going to spend at least an episode per Hashira. I felt
Yes.
a little robbed that we really
Or
didn't go
even
into flexibility training or anything.
You know,
Yeah.
but 3 was like, damn, rush.
3 and then introducing a fourth one at the end. Like, man alive.
Yeah.
After getting this breakneck pace, I very much appreciated the past few episodes of we get to spend a
3.
whole episode with this person that we
Yes.
know and we like, and it's great.
Yep. I adored the stretching as another form of fighting training, and it was hilarious because in real life application, this is like that idea where they take football players to a ballet class too, because there's just a different kind of strength and coordination and a different way to use your body. And absolutely the way she fights, she has to be flexible and bendy and all the things. So I thought that was
And as someone who has done ballet and dance for years and years and years, ballet especially, you need so much muscle strength and so much fine control. It's not just
Yes.
flexibility, it is the whole package. So,
Yep.
yeah, you know, we send the football players to ballet class where they learn balance, where they learn coordination, where they work groups of muscles where they normally don't. Like, you see the ballet dancers that like do the lifts, just have, you know, 100, 150 pounds a person coming at them and just immediately put them over their heads like it's no big fucking deal. Yeah.
Yep.
Ballet dancers are extremely fit people.
I've also seen, I don't know if they were sports people, but it was men trying Pilates and they, with the reformer, which is the machine of it, and they were struggling so much. Not that any man can't take Pilates, because also Pilates was invented for veterans originally by a man. So,
yeah,
just saying.
Like, there's really no such thing as a gendered workout. Regardless, you can do whichever workout you want.
To use the muscles you didn't know you have.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh my God. Yes, absolutely.
Charles said this season will only be 8 episodes, so one Hashira wasn't feasible.
Damn. So we've only got 2
Okay.
left. Because this was 6. Wasn't this episode 6?
5.
Was it 5?
I think we were 5. 5.
Okay.
Gigadare says the stretching gave me flashbacks from karate. I feel for Tanjiro.
Oh, yeah.
Stretching is a very valuable thing to any body, and you should practice every day because it's one of those. Another one too. Like your age is how healthy your spine is. So the more stiff and like whatever, nope, not gonna be good. So looking here, Charles says this is the first episode since season premiere that's pretty much a 1-to-1 to the manga. If the earlier episodes followed the manga, fair. Then they would have gone super fast. This is true.
Yeah, and I'm again, I wasn't super fond of the pacing on this episode. This was a lot.
Zipped.
Yeah.
Which, speaking from our love Hashira to our snake guy, Noah Laura says, first and foremost, Avani is a grown man, and to get jealous of a 15-year-old over a letter of info from Mitsuri, you, sir, have anger problems.
Oh, yeah. Our two biggest chunks, I was sitting here going,
hilarious.
how are either of you allowed to teach? How are either of you allowed to teach? Go be disasters together off doing your own thing. You work really well together, but I don't want you with children. I want you alone with kids. Like, oh, they're teenagers. They're kids. I worked in a high school for 7 years. They're kids. So,
but this does confirm that the snake Hashira likes the love Hashira because she kind of was crushing on him and we didn't necessarily have our confirmation. So that is cute that he's like very childishly jealous and an ass about it. But it is cute that he likes her too.
Just
but
don't hang out with her. Don't address her like your friends. Don't.
These
And
are
she's
red
over
flags,
here
though.
like
Red
she's
flag,
over here
red
like
flag.
Nezuko is my younger sister, and that makes Tanjiro my younger brother. Yay, family!
Yeah.
And he's the guy who's telling you that you're not allowed to have any guy friends. Like, fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Come on, dude.
Don't watch that episode Hungry. Love the pancakes.
Oh my god. The closest place to get souffle pancakes is half an hour away.
Mm.
And that to me is murder, that I can't have them right now and that they are out of Postmates range.
Yeah.
Just, I had to travel to get that fix. So,
and then
it looks so good. And Tanjiro's first ever pancakes and his first ever butter. And the straight up, how do I eat these? Like, he needs the tutorial. It's cute as hell.
Yeah, and it totally is like not like she likes him. It's like her little brother of like, and it's like, this is so cute. And I was so it was what I wanted in terms of their happy energies together was fabulous and their little cute outfit. So the other random thing with ballet, with the kind of where that seam was, they had a little bit of the waistband. It helps you know if your hips are level. So it's a thing of helping you be aware of your center and how your alignment is. And Charles says they are only 21. I don't care. They're still like old enough to not be jealous of a child.
Oldest Sasha is 27. See, this all tracks though, because after a certain point, your reflexes start going downhill, and that's when you get killed.
Yeah.
So that, as much as we have the shonen manga skews young in terms of protagonists and characters, that also really tracks. It's like, okay, no, they still shouldn't be in charge of children or in charge of other teenagers. Like, they still should. They're not responsible adults. They're adults, but they're not responsible.
Even though it was a messed up way to train, I did like the snake training room of flexibility, another kind of flexibility and movement. And once it got to that visual of Tanjiro going, well, I can't hit the sword into a rock or a tree, it would be just as much as a problem. So I need to visualize it that way. And I love that like shift of his perspective. And then we see it as that. Yeah. And it was like, yes, loved it.
But I'm also watching this going, so none of these other guys are getting any training? Like, I understand why it's dramatic and why you're being dramatic.
At something, so this is punishment for now, and then they'll train.
Oh my god, I think this is just him like wanting to get revenge on Tanjiro, and then the rest of them can have training once Tanjiro passes through. But again, I also really liked for the rest of our Demon Slayer core that they had different enough designs and that they had enough personality so that they weren't just faceless NPCs, that we had them talking with him and going, all right, you're still going. What the hell will join you? Making it a camaraderie thing. going into
Inspiration
the
again.
hot tub and doing the camaraderie thing with like, all right, this is gonna hurt. Let's do it together. Just I
Yep.
love that so much. And yeah, very much just Tanjiro being the center of things and things flowing out from him and him bringing people up.
Yep.
Like, again, we talked about this mark and how it manifests, or like one person manifests and it spreads. That's
Mhm.
Tanjiro. Just
Yep.
again, that whole big thing about his personality and I love it. I'm way too tired to reiterate it today, but
I was gonna say what is our other jerk name? I was like, I had it.
Wind.
And I lost
It's
it.
good enough.
It's our Wind Hashira. Because I was there.
Yeah, he's got like a 4 or 5 syllable last name.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Charles Darcy says very few Hashira make it to old age. Sadly, even back in the first Hashira meeting we saw in season 1, Ubiyan Yashiki said that was the first time the same Hashira were all there from the last meeting.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the only retired ones we've seen were Rengoku's dad and, and Lost in Art. I can't remember his name. Flashy.
Tengen.
Thank you.
Tengen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tengen Uzui.
Then, so back to our Wind Hashira. Man, he's a jerk. And I love that they're like, no, you cannot be in the same room together anymore. Let's keep them apart.
The bit of that.
I love this so much. No, Laura says, also Tanjiro telling Wind Hashira, I respect you for training me, but I still hate your guts for what you did to my sister.
100%. Like, I still haven't accepted you. I haven't accepted you either for stabbing Nezuko. And just that beat of the fuck. Like, yes, excellent.
Oh, that clap back. That is the I respect you for this, but no.
From our soft boy shonen protagonist, nonetheless.
Yes, that's the other thing too. Like, he's so nice that he might be like, oh, here we go. Yes, good boy with a grudge.
Oh my god, yes.
All right,
this is also the first time that these guys have talked since
they
then.
Communicated, yes.
Yeah, they haven't seen each other. Because, like, Rengoku was also one who went, no, I don't accept them, I don't like this. But Rengoku came around. Not this so much. Yeah. Urakadaki and Zenitsu's grandpa. Oh, Zenitsu. I didn't realize that for Zenitsu's grandpa. Are retired Hashira, basically the only old age ones we've seen. Okay, so we're up to 4 retired Hashira.
Not many.
Yeah.
Yes,
across how many generations of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But their training, it was nice for Tanjiro to get another all-out fighting to increase his abilities. But then the other big part is the brothers.
Genya.
Whoo!
Just on the one hand, I get it. I get wanting to leave that all behind. I get just being like, nope, we're not doing this. The rules say I can't kill him, so I'll just wreck him. So to the point where he can't recover and can't fight. It's like, why are you allowed to do that? Why are you in charge of why was he how did he get past the swordsman training if he doesn't have any sword techniques and uses gun? That's also kind of what I want to know. Like, how? But
very valid.
Whatever. We're here for the drama, not the logistics. So yeah, just the fact that he was willing to fully Three Stooges his brother and take his eyes out, like, we are beyond yeah, that is beyond the pale. We have leapt off the slippery slope. What the fuck are you doing? Like, that is, you're supposed to be training them. That's not an accident. You did that shit on purpose. That is not okay. Like, why have we not also removed Genya from this training and sent him along? Like, he should also not be staying there. It is obviously a bad situation.
Gigara goes, gun breathing, fourth form. Stick him up and promote me.
I appreciate you. Yeah, no, we are a fan of gun breathing in this household.
Yes.
Yeah, and just making the point of we couldn't have defeated that higher level without him. Like, it took everyone. He more than held his own in a very bad situation like this. Just because our Wind Hashira doesn't want to see it doesn't mean it's not true. You don't get to bend reality to your will because you're in fucking denial. And the other thing that
Okay. Yeah, Charles pointing out semi freaking out after learning his little brother had been eating demons, which is very gross. But yeah, after watching Dungeon Mishi, my tolerance of what's gross, I'm like, is it that?
like, no, he's got an excellent point, but he was already fairly over the edge when it came to Genya.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, there was no any extra straw would be the one that broke the camel's back. There
Yeah.
was no room for
No.
like, yeah. If they were having a normal ass conversation and that came up, then you'd get angry. But this has not been a normal or stable conversation at
Yeah.
all. This has just been bad from the get-go.
Yes.
So the other bit where I'm sitting here going, for real, is Tanjiro getting reprimanded and then them moving him on. Yes. Oh, we missed the Tanjiro headbutt. Like, I get that we only see what happened to Tanjiro because it's from Tanjiro's point of view, but I'm also
Mhm.
sitting here going, was there no communication to the Wind Hashira saying, hey, maybe don't take out trainees' eyes, they need those? Was there
Yeah.
was there nothing? I know it's kind of the Wild West out here, but for fucking real, was there nothing?
Yep.
So I get why you don't want to keep the kid who starts the fight with the teacher, but that didn't sit right with me.
Yeah, I didn't like it. They like pretty much blamed him and were no real issues with the Wind Hashira
Yeah.
and like.
But again, Tanjiro's our narrator. He's limited. We
Yeah.
only see what happens to him unless the camera decides to cut away and go somewhere else, which it did not in this instance.
Yeah.
So we, as the audience, don't know. It's entirely possible it was there and it just didn't bother telling us about it.
Mm-hmm.
Shrug. I did love that once the Hoedown Showdown Throwdown started, all of the other trainees got involved, despite knowing that it wouldn't go well for them.
Yeah.
Just the full on, oh no, he's actually trying to hurt them, not just hurt them in training.
Yeah.
We can't let that happen. So the fact that everyone kind of stood up together and went, no. Again, all of these happening around Tanjiro bringing people together. Like,
well, bringing together, we did get our jump scare.
I love Zenitsu. I don't usually love Zenitsu. He was fun.
This was good though.
This was very funny.
Yeah, he was really adorkable. Of the I'm dying.
Because the other fun thing is like, yeah, when are we going to meet our other characters? And then just kind of knocking off, okay, what other training have they gone through already to get to the points where they're at?
Yep.
I think the flexibility training is what has me cackling because I'm fairly certain that Inosuke was already that flexible to begin with and he just breezed through. And Zenitsu was probably in agony. Like that's what the mind's eye gives me.
He's also super bendy. That I'm like, nah, he's fine. Zenitsu probably he's gonna have trouble. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Zenitsu is skilled enough to be able to handle a lot of this, even if he doesn't want to. Inosuke, I hesitate to say breeze through everything, but probably handled it much easier than a lot of other people.
Yeah. No, Lar says, nothing says bonds of friendship than punching our feelings out as a group. Oh.
This is what we mean when we say boys will be boys.
And then what we got? Oh, we lead then to our Stone Hashira, which is going to be exciting. I like the
oh my god,
head palm. Poof. And
just yes, if you do this, even fire is cool. And I'm like, let's go.
And he's like crying of his crying stuff he does. And under the waterfall, the
hell training. And notice there's only 4 people under that waterfall. I don't know if it's because there's not enough room and we're taking it in shifts, or they're the only 4 who made it so far.
I'm gonna go with that one.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, yeah. And of course, it's the mindfulness that Inosuke would have the problems with. This does not surprise me.
Yeah. If there's other things that stood out to you, leave comments down below. I feel that kind of covers. It was a record pace, but I did enjoy that it had a lot of fun beats. But it was we're on to the next. Oh wait, wow!
Yeah.
Already the next. All right, that's going to be the pacing for this one. Okay, fine then.
But there
but
are some
I am ready to meet the stone.
Oh my god, yes. There are some anime that can pace things quickly and you just kind of roll with it, and then you hit the end credits and go, what do you mean that was 22 minutes? And
Oh
then there
my
are
God,
some
yeah.
anime where you feel that breakneck pace. And this episode was very much, holy shit, what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
yeah, I'm glad that this entire arc was not that.
I get it. I'm glad we got our pacey at the beginning, and then they're like, all right, we got to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for. I hope we get a nice full episode because our Stonefish here. I feel like the other ones we've had little samplings of, but him, I'm like, we've had like barely anything. So
Yeah, it's like you've had a
Yeah.
few lines. We found out what your weapon was in the opening, which axe head, chain, mace. Sign me up. Let's go. I want to see this in action.
Yeah. All right. And there we go. Our next segment is stuff you should check out. So these are named movies, shows, games, what have you that we are watching, reading, whatnot that we think you should check out and or avoid, which I do find I do appreciate that we have that too, that just in case there's anything that's like or maybe so. Also leave your comments down below of different things that you're checking out that you think people should check out as well. Haven't watched as much besides the usual, but I did check out the first 2 episodes of Acolyte. I am liking it. I like pretty much all Star Wars media that I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's cool so far. It is one of those, I'm curious to see where things go. It's interesting enough and it looks cool. So I shall continue watching. And it's one of those I watch and then I forget it's there and then I remember again is Theater of Darkness. Yami Shibai has a bunch of new episodes. So if that's one that you occasionally watch and then you're like, oh yeah, that's on Crunchyroll. There's like a whole other season. So that one's one where they're all 4-minute or less episodes and really quick short stories. And if you're a writer, I would also say this is an excellent show to watch of telling an effective story or not in 4 minutes or less. And like, why does it work? Or not. So it's a very entertaining one. Looking over the chat real quick, Rab Adler says Mr. Villain's Day Off. Definitely have heard good things on that one. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet. All right. Katie, what about you?
Still watching and doing most of the normal stuff. I continue to recommend Go Go Loser Ranger. You do need to be able to handle a solid level of violence there. It truly is Power Rangers, but the boys. Finally sat down to start to play Hades 2, which I have to do in very small chunks because these are a little messed up from Hades 1, actually. It's so good, you guys. Oh my god. If you are into roguelikes, if you are into Greek mythology, if you just want a good video game to play, it's not done. It's an early access on Steam, so I am playing it on my computer with my PS4, my PS4 controller plugged in because I cannot do mouse and keyboard with Hades. I've tried. It went poorly. So yeah, Hades 2 is amazing so far. And as someone who goes through musical obsessions in waves and looked at these Demon Slayer openings and endings and went, oh, Hyde's doing the vocals. Oh, it's been a minute. I picked up the Smile album by Larkin Ciel again for the first time in like a decade, at least. It's on Spotify. It's still really good. I still know most of the words. Only about 30% of those words are in English, but that didn't stop me. Picked that up in, I want to say, high school. So it's been around long enough to have a remaster, and that remaster was years ago. But yeah, the Smile by Larkin Ciel. For those of you who watched the OG Full Metal Alchemist and who watched No, I think the dub did keep this opening. Ready, Steady, Go was a Full Metal Alchemist opening, and that's also on this album. So, yes, it's really good. It's a short album. It's like 45 minutes long. All the tracks are really short, but it is quality stuff. Definitely check it out on Spotify. See I don't even know if you can get a physical copy anymore. Mine's still probably hiding somewhere. But yeah, Music Rec. Larkin Ciel does really good stuff, you guys.
Over in the chat, Untitled on Purpose says, I watched Furiosa this week and I thought it was great. Awesome.
Nice.
And I think you mentioned it before, Rab, but or somebody else did. Yes, Electric Callboy and Baby Metal. Yes. That would be fun. That'd be a fun mix. All right. We have had a nice, super long show today. Thank you, everybody.
Holy cow, yes, we have.
Yes, thank you. If you watch us live, if you're watching later, awesome. Comment down below on the different stuff we talked about. Again, huge thank you again to our guests who joined us earlier. Go check out more information for those events, and looking forward to if you're going to be down in the San Diego area during Comic-Con. And again, if you're not necessarily going to the con, you can go to the event. You don't need a badge. So
Yep.
yes. And Katie, where can people find you online?
You can follow me all over the social medias, as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kiaxet. That is Kiaxet. I am also a co-host on Silver Screams on YouTube. It is the horror channel that my roommate and I do.
And don't forget to check out NTATNB over on Twitter. We'll post visuals of the different stuff we've talked about. And y'all can find me online at Carrie D Lane. That's KARIDLANE across all social media platforms. Posted a kind of quick video on Black Butler. I'll post some more stuff on that. Stay tuned here on the Fanversation channel for that interview video. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you'll be, and the notification bell so you'll be notified. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up.
All that fun stuff.
Yes. And there we go. Again, thank you so much for joining us at Nighttime at the Nerd Bar, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.